You know, I always love characters that deal with the fire motif, like Bernice from Zenless Zone Zero, Cleve from Genshin, Megumin from Konosuba, Axel from Kingdom Hearts, just to name a few. And I don't know, I just love how their personalities are just as unpredictable of like fire, because fire is also pretty unpredictable. Oh my goodness. I almost burned my house down. And also, ooh, we have a lot of new faces here. Hello, hello everyone. My name is Eri Usagiyama, and I am your bunny empress who is trying to find a cure to her insomnia. I collect sleeping aids whenever I stream and share my stories with you. Okay, so today I'm taking you way back to 2002, aka the year I almost burned my house down, after one of the biggest typhoons that hit Guam at the time. Because apparently, surviving one of the biggest storms that hit Guam wasn't enough for me. I'm a Leo, so I had to be extra. Now that I'm thinking about it, that was like 23 years ago. Dang, I'm still pretty young, but my body's not feeling young. So yeah, grab a snack, get comfy, and let's talk about how little old me had zero survival instincts. So one of the biggest typhoons had just hit Guam, and we had no power, no water, and honestly, life was pretty rough. No TV, no nothing, and drawing got boring. Just boredom and questionable childhood decisions. Now, I don't know if it was the boredom or just my tiny 5-year-old brain, but one day I was sitting at the dining room floor and I noticed something very interesting. Our tablecloth had a huge loose thread. And then my brain went, oh, I know how to fix this, because I had once watched my auntie Tita use a lighter to burn the loose threads off of her jeans. And me being the smart child that I was, I thought, hey, I could do that too. So I found the lighter, sparked it up, and held it to the thread. And I left it there. A little too long. Next thing I knew, big fire. And me, I just sat there, probably processing what just happened, because, oh no, I did not plan for this part. Meanwhile, my ate was in the kitchen, washing dishes, and I called out to her. She turned around and was like, what the hell? My ate then grabs the nearest water source, which was the water dispenser she was literally just using, and starts throwing the water at the flames. I had to ask my Nechan if she remembers anything, and she said, oh yeah, when ate ran out of water, she would grab a water pitcher, run to get more water outside from our rainwater supply, slipped a few times while she was at it. I'm so sorry, ate. At this point, the teenagers decided it was best that Nechan and I sat outside while they handled the situation. And my tiny brain was spiraling, and I go, it's all my fault. And then my cousin, without missing a beat, just goes, it is all your fault. Those words forever burned in my brain. My Nechan also mentioned that our cousin didn't even help ate. She just kept laughing at her whenever she slipped from all the water. Overall, just a bit. So eventually the fire gets put out. The damage, well, the tablecloth was gone. The plastic cover was also gone. And surprisingly, the table was okay. Like nothing happened. And then my parents came home for dinner. My dad looks at the table and just goes,
what happened to the tablecloth? And the plastic cover?
And then ate just went, your baby Eri did it. She burned the tablecloth. Huh? And that was the first time I almost burned the house down. Want to hear the second time? This happened right after I moved to Texas. I had just gotten home from one of my 2 jobs, totally wiped out, and decided to take a quick nap before diving into some homework. I had this candle that was nearly burned all the way down, so I figured, why not light it as I take a nap? I picked it up, lit it, put it back on the desk, and I knocked out right after. A few hours later, I woke up to find a huge black scuff mark on the wall, right above where the candle had been. Honestly, I don't think it was the flame itself. It was probably just all the smoke that it was producing. But of course, my sister and her husband likes to overreact and said that I almost burned their house down, when really, it was just the smoke. So yeah, that's how I almost burned the house down. Twice. Once because of a loose thread, the other, a very smoky candle. More of the story, give me a candle. Just joking. Moral of the story, give me a ladder. I'll brighten up your day. Anyways, thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much to Blue again for providing his vocals. Thank you. All of his socials will be down in the description below. And thank you so much for your patience. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!